after me. I'm gonna ride this out. My little girl heart breaks apart from your big mouth. And I'm sick of my sickness. Don't touch me, you'll get this. I'm useless, lazy, perverted, and you hate me, but you can't save me.
All right, we are back with Aimee Allen, and she's going to be playing 2 more locations tomorrow at 1 p.m. at the Paradise Lounge upstairs. That's 401 East 6th Street. And then later in the day at 4:30 at the Thirsty Nickel, 325 East 6th Street. Everything's pretty much on 6th Street. 6th Street's actually pretty fun. I don't go out that much, but it's a cool little place. And I don't know if you've been to Casino El Camino, but killer burgers.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing, and I don't know what you think about this idea, but I was thinking about doing a tea party tour.
Really? Where you basically get people that are in the know to get together and...
Right, so in every city, people that want to revolt have a place.
No, that's actually, I've been to a couple of those. I did one in San Francisco, actually, and they are fun. I mean, you talk to a lot of people that aren't really hip to the information, may not be open otherwise. They see a large group of people, and maybe they'll come and talk to you. I mean, that's how I work. I mean, I like to talk to people. I like to hand out DVDs. I like to have a one-on-one because you can sit here and tell people stuff all day. Until they get up and, find the motivation to look into it themselves, you're really not going to change them. And that one-on-one way to do it, I mean, you can't touch people any other way, in my opinion. I mean, these radio shows are great. I love doing them. The films obviously help open eyes. But when it comes down to it, you have to really relay a message. And I really feel like you talk somebody in the eye, you shake their hand, you say, please look at this. They'll do it. You just got to believe in yourself. I mean, it's all mind over matter, in my opinion. I'm sure you're a successful singer. I mean, it's all mind over matter. You've gotten to where you are by pushing, having that will, correct? Exactly. I mean, we talked a little bit about this off the air, but why don't you finish up the story? I mean, you were the only one targeted. You were in the hospital a couple days. Yeah,
and they didn't. Well, the key thing was they didn't want the money. It wasn't about the money. That's why it was. It was the fun of the kill or whatever. They just wanted to beat me up and kill me.
Well, if there is a God out there, you look like nothing ever happened to you. You look like you have a full recovery. You said there's
It did take a lot, and that's the whole thing about the recovery. It's been a healing process, which is what this record is. I decided to get out of Los Angeles and go to Indiana to get out of LA and just be in a peaceful, sort of overly stimulated environment and record an album that was not synthetic, very organic, acoustic, and healing. For me, and hopefully it'll be healing for others. But I just wanted to not be angry, because I've been angry for so many years in my music that when I got, nearly beaten to death, I stopped letting the anger consume me, and I tried to live in the gratitude of being alive, because I was so happy to be alive.
No, I'll bet. I mean, I bet you an experience like that really does make you think, thank God I got up this morning, and even the little things are really important again.
Very little. And that's why it's called Little Happiness, because I'm just trying to be just a little happy.
And it's going to be out June 9th this year. Hopefully on iTunes before that, right? Come on, you're going to release a single at least on iTunes.
Well, on June 6th, the whole album will be released. But in a couple weeks, we'll be at radio.
Oh, cool, very, 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 very cool. So with these performances, what do you do in a day when you're out on the road? You just tell me you want to go and tour with the album after this and really try to spread that message. But when you go and you perform for an hour somewhere, and obviously you probably have openers and stuff, 2 hours, 3 hour show. What do you do with the rest of your day? I mean, do you go out a lot when you're out in these towns? No, you sit in a hotel room. Do you really? Is that what it amounts to? It's hotel room time?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. That's no fun.
Well, not in Austin though.
No, in Austin, you go out on 6th Street and party it up?
No, this is my first time out on 6th Street.
Really?
I have toured in Austin before, but I haven't.
How did you tour in Austin and not go to 6th Street?
I have no idea.
I don't get it. I think all the bars that actually have live music acts are pretty much on 6th Street.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I don't know what street it was, but it wasn't 6th Street.
Well, Austin is actually a pretty happening place. And on top of that, we have all these other great organizations. Brave New Books is around here. They had a rally at the Capitol, I believe. Or actually, it might have been yesterday or it might be tomorrow. I can't keep it all together. I get like 1 million emails. But people are very active here. They're very adamant. You see the Keep Austin Weird bumper stickers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it's that weird to be, pro-liberty, pro-Constitution, pro-Bill of Rights. We had Chuck Norris on the program earlier in the week. And
yes, I hear he's running for president.
well, he's talking about president of Texas.
Yeah.
And,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, let's get your take on that. A lot of states out there are trying to declare their sovereignty, at least in spirit. They're saying, you know what?
Totally into it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I mean, basically, when the federal government says we're just going to accept bailout after bailout from the Federal Reserve System, we're going to build a new regulatory system for a world bank, and we're going to start sending civilians now over to Afghanistan because that's part of the plan. This guy said he was going to get us out of the war. He's not getting us out of the war. He's redistributing forces. Still building a Eurasian Union. I do think state to state we have to stand up. And what state do you call your home? Is it still California?
Well, I was born and raised in Montana.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I have that ingrained in me. The Montana wants us to secede from the Union.
Yeah,
so,
no, I hear you. I mean,
that's what I
think it's like 33 states, and it can only be encouraged when you see like the document I just gave you. When you see that's Missouri State Police, but then it tells you it's going out to public and private organizations, that it's going to be integrated federally, and that it's been passed out to other unions. And then can you imagine the classified version? You might even be on the classified version. You're enough of a pop sensation to be on there. It's probably Alex Jones. I would guess you. Who else would be on there on the classified version? I really can't think of.
Well, it would be an honor.
Yeah, it would be an honor to be on a document with
Absolutely.
Alex Jones. I'm trying to think who else is. Charlie Sheen's probably on there. Rosie O'Donnell speaks her mind a little too much. These are all subversives.
Subversives.
They use the term subversive
I like
in
it.
there. Yeah, you like being a subversive person?
I do.
I don't think, again, we should be considered as subversives when all we're trying to do, again, is warn people. I mean, the Obama deception, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but...
I've seen half of it.
Oh, really? Got the first half down? I was shocked. Politico did an actual fair article on the Bilderberg Group. It was 4 pages long. It wasn't sarcastic. It wasn't snarky. And they were basically saying, these guys have been around for 40-plus years. They've been in every administration. They named the queens, the royalty, the heads of business, the heads of government that were actually in it. I was shocked. And then it was big on AOL earlier in the week. And
yes, I saw that. And there was like 70% have never heard of it. And I was like, oh, this is
and
great.
But then 70% said it sounds suspicious.
Yes, that was even better.
See, that's kind of weird to me because you figure that out of the 30% that knew it, half of them had to know it was a bad thing. You know what I mean? So you would think it would be higher than 70%, but still, it was something like 20,000 plus took that poll. So, very impressive there. And then Opie and Anthony, who run a big, shock jock show out of New York, started their show with it on, on Tuesday for a full hour talking about the Obama deception. They talked about the Gulf of Tonkin being a false flag incident. It was really Patrice O'Neill. He does Best Week Ever. You watch VH1? Mm. Yeah, he's the fat black comedian. He's a pretty funny guy. He used to be on Tough Crowd. But he was spitting out, Federal Reserve ain't federal. Alan Greenspan says they don't need any permission from the president. Talked about the Gulf of Tonkin. Talked about Building 7, 9/11, all of it. And I'm just like, wow, this movie is having an impact before we even got the DVDs. I mean, we got the DVDs, I think, yesterday. And this was on the Tuesday show. So it shows that you can have an impact if you believe in yourself, if you go after your dream, if you try to change the world. And I really can't get down with people who always have this, oh, what can I do attitude, or I can't do anything about this.
Well, I feel like the answer, and I know this sounds whatever, but I don't care. I truly feel the answer is love. And I know that... for a while before my attack, I was very angry all the time, and I was getting, I felt like I was giving myself cancer because I was just didn't know, all of the injustices was just eating me alive. But I find that I can think clearer and I can speak about it to people that will listen more if I'm calm and I'm loving.
I agree.
And But yeah, it is.
And it always helps to focus on the positive anyway. It feels good to feel good, folks. I mean, I feel good every day. I mean, I feel lucky that I have this gig. I mean, I feel like I'm not passionate about anything more than what I do, and to be able to sit here for 3 hours and get paid for it, and then on top of that to be able to make documentary films while I'm here, it's just like it's awesome. I mean, I guess I'm kind of simple. I mean, I'll go home to my dogs tonight. I don't need much.